Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King 3. And today I'm going to be giving you part 7 of What If Naruto Had the 6-Eye Sharingan. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Neglected by Kakashi and Awaken, a new Kikagenkai, and enjoy that guys. And remember, for new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels that I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day for you guys to enjoy, so go ahead and smash that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me for new, I'll be talking about to all of you. So without further ado, what is the we jump right into this brand new episode begin now guys. So the last spot we left off, Mito had several scratches over her face as she was glaring at the cat that was in Naruto's arms at the moment. As the cat seemed to be warm with Naruto, despite its nature against anyone, it was rather surprising. However, what Naruto had learned over the years was that he could mimic other people's chakra signature in a way. So he simply mimicked the cat chakra signature, making the cat believe that he was a friend, something familiar, as the cat was instantly upon him. So with that, they brought him back towards the wife of the daimyo. Arriving there, she thanked them after Naruto told her that the cat was being squeezed and that might be the reason why he was running away. As the woman apologized to the cat at least a dozen times before she headed out, Mito lost her cool as she was tired of the D-rank missions. As she blew up in the office shouting and yelling, she was frustrated and angry. As it took the both of them to calm her down, a C-rank mission was given to them as Tazuna came in and made a comment about the whole group, Mito included, that ended up with her attacking him. However, they were able to stop her in time though. So with that out of the way, they made their way as Naruto bought her ice cream to calm her down. She did not like the new flavor that she tried, so Naruto swapped cones with her. She was thankful to him. So with that, they met up at the gate as they headed towards the land of Wave. It took them a while on their journey as they made their way. They ran into the demon brothers. Neither brother stood a chance. It was then that we found out that Naruto hates liars greatly. As he found out that Tazuna had lied about the mission, Naruto was angry. He was raging to hear that Tazuna had lied. What if something bad had happened and all of them had gotten killed? The thing was, Naruto had trust issues when it came to liars. People that lied to him, people that pretended to be someone that they were not. He really despised those kind of people. As Tazuna got Naruto angry, Mito had never seen Naruto this angry before. Not even Kakashi had seen him this angry. Sasuke knew that Naruto was, well, against people that lie, but still, this anger was something that Naruto rarely showed, as he was always calm and collected. But the group decided to go along with the mission anyway, to help the people of Wave, as Mito wanted to help them. Along the way, she tried to cheer up Naruto. Arriving towards the port, Naruto felt his senses overwhelmed. As he took off his glasses and peered out, he could feel everything through the mist, as Naruto connected himself through it like an antenna. As he told Kakashi and the others that they were being watched at the moment. It wasn't too long before they had to get away from the blade, as Zabuza and Momokai showed up on the scene, here to end the life of Tazuna. Zabuza and Kakashi engaged. However, Kakashi was able to knock him away from the others. There was a sense of overwhelming fear that hit Mito and Sasuke as the both of them started to tremble, as Naruto felt it as he could see the killer intent spreading through the air. He did what Kakashi was doing as he sent out his chakra in a wide pulse, causing it to dissipate the killer intent as Naruto was able to breathe and react normally in it, as the other two were having problems though, as Naruto was able to push it away from them. However, Naruto knew that they were being watched by another, as he talked about that causing Haku to come out of hiding. As Haku tried to engage with the bridge builder to take him down, quick and swift, but Naruto jumped in the path. He told Sasuke and Mito to hang back and protect the bridge builder. After all, if they fail doing that, the whole mission would be a bust. So the both of them hung back as Naruto faced off against Haku. Haku tried to take Naruto down easily and spare him a horrid death. However, what he didn't expect was for Naruto to be this strong. Granted, Genins are not that strong, so it was rather surprising. But Naruto kept up with him the entire time, even pushing him and holding him back, as Haku was surprised by that. He tried to end Naruto by putting him down easily, but all of his efforts failed. He had no other choice but to summon his Ice Mirrors of Death. Capturing Naruto inside proved to be rather easy, but hitting him was rather hard. Everything that he threw, everything he tossed, all of them were missing. None of the needles, except for 2 at the beginning, hit Naruto, as Naruto could see and feel all of them coming. Haku watches he dodge and evade everything as Naruto felt the purple chakra inside of him, the blue and red mixing together as Naruto started to enlarge, a massive source of energy. Haku's eyes went wide as he couldn't believe that natural energy just gathered like that into a chaotic, destructive, powerful blast. As Naruto had the energy swell into his fingertips before releasing it. The thing was, it went unstable as Naruto quickly flashed away, substituting himself with a branch outside. The whole ice mirror exploded. Zabuza had to quickly disengage as Kakashi jumped away as they stopped their fight. Kakashi was shocked as he saw the gigantic hole in the ground, as he was not expecting that in the slightest. Sasuke looked around as he couldn't see Naruto anywhere as Mito started to panic. However, they heard a gasp as Naruto pulled himself out of the water, as they all breathed a sigh of relief to see that he was fine. But still, Kakashi was curious. What the hell was that? As for Zabuza, Haku did not get away scotch-free. His right arm was bleeding and half of his mask was completely destroyed. Whatever that was, Haku was not prepared for something like that. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it for yourself, and don't forget to go ahead and check out the other episodes on their channels. Yes, indeed, the 4 channels that post something fun every single day for you guys to enjoy. So without further ado or wasting any more time, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. After their encounter with Zabuza and his apprentice Haku, and after the two had fled, Team 7 made their way towards Tazuna's house. Both Naruto and Sasuke were surprised as they saw Tazuna's daughter. Her name was Nami, and she reminded them so much of their mother Mikoto. Dark hair, dark eyes, similar features. She reminded them so much of her. However, they had other things to worry about. There is no doubt that Zabuza and his apprentice would show up again, and this time they would not be surprised by Team 7 Genins being so strong, especially Naruto. So they have to be prepared. That is why at the moment both Naruto and Sasuke were training. Orders given to them by Kakashi to focus on different elements as Kakashi realized how far they were. However, Kakashi wanted to talk to Naruto, that is why the both of them stood a distance away in the forest. He was curious about the blast that Naruto had released on Haku and destroy all the mirrors. As Naruto could not tell him the full truth, he knew that it would be investigated about him messing with Mito's seal and even tapping and taking some of the Fox power. And that would draw suspicion to him from the Hokage. That was the thing that he did not want, or if this information were to come out, the villagers will no doubt turn their wrath upon Mito once again, and him as well, believing that she was somehow coercing him to release the fox inside of her, or maybe release her true self. He could already hear what they were thinking. Those people were stupid, unrational and dumb. So despite Kakashi being a sensei, Naruto would not speak the whole truth. However, Naruto had a leeway of getting away with things because his eyes were an anomaly that has never been seen before, or if they were kept a secret. The Hokage or Kakashi has never seen them before, so he could simply tell them that he did not know. And that is exactly what he was going to do at the moment. When you think of chakra, what color comes to your mind? Said Naruto. Kakashi thought about that question as it was simple. Blue, he said. Yeah, that's right, said Naruto as he held up his hand. Kakashi watched as whips of blue chakra started to manifest later on Naruto's hand. To believe that someone so young and a genin was able to manifest their chakra that easily. Normally, pulling one's chakra was not hard, but allowing it to take physical shape was something that was not easy by any sense of the word. It just goes to show how much control and how powerful Naruto chakra was. Well, mine is different, said Naruto. How so, said Kakashi. I believe it has something to do with my eyes, said Naruto. But I can also do this. Kakashi watched as red whips start to coil around Naruto's other hand before he brought the both hands together. Upon doing that, red and blue mix as it turned purple. How long have you known about this? His sensei asked him. For some time now, said Naruto. I've been trying to gather it and use it in an offensive nature or even defensive, but it's out of my control at the moment. As you can see, my test run against the missing Nin, I thought it was the only thing possible to break those mirrors. Despite being made of ice, they were somehow able to withstand my fireball like it was nothing. So I decided to use this instead, but upon bringing it out, it became unstable, no longer under my control. So I had to substitute myself away. I wish you would have come to me earlier about this, said Kakashi. Why, said Naruto. I'm your sensei, Kakashi said. It's my job to help you and teach you, to understand things that you're not able to do. While I have no idea what exactly those special eyes of yours cause or can do, I'll try my best to help you figure it out, said Kakashi, as he gave Naruto a smile. Despite not fully telling the man the truth, Naruto felt like he could trust the man, as he was looking out for his well-being. May I ask you something, said Naruto. Sure, said Kakashi. Are people born evil, Naruto asked. Kakashi was surprised by the question. However, his mind quickly ran through scenarios in his mind, believing why Naruto asked him that, as he figured that it had to do with his brother. No, he said. I don't believe that anyone are born naturally evil. It's the choices and the events that they make in this world that send them down a path, and some people cannot recover from it. As Naruto glanced up towards the heavens, looking up towards the trees. So what exactly went through Gato's life for him to do what he did to this town, said Naruto. How can someone justify any actions of making people suffer like that? How can someone justify any actions of putting people through life in hell? Kakashi knew that it struck Naruto deep. Sasuke and Naruto had went through similar events after all. They both lost their clan, their families, and their brother was responsible, but Naruto's mind worked differently from any other kid that Kakashi had saw the moment they stepped into the land of wave. While the other two were affected, Naruto seemed to be affected more by it. There were things swirling around in his head that Kakashi cannot even begin to understand. He was trying to mix the two actions together, trying to understand why Itachi would do something like that. It doesn't matter how hard he tried to deny that was not Itachi. He knew deep down it was. So how could someone who cared for them, how could someone pretend to be the loving brother that he had been for the past couple of years, just to go and do something like that? It was really weighing on Naruto. And Kakashi said that people could not born evil, so why? What event triggered him to go down that path? It was something that Naruto just could not understand, and his mind could not figure it out, and it was frustrating. You know what? Never mind, he said. There's no point thinking about things like that. You know, Naruto, it's not a good thing to bottle up emotions. Sometime when you do, they become too much, and then the container or bottle holding them explodes. Like a ticking time bomb, said Naruto. Exactly, said Kakashi, as Naruto was still not looking at him and looking up to the heavens. He then turned towards Kakashi. Can you look at me with your Sharingan, he asks. Why? The Kappa Ninja asks. There is something I want to see, but you have to look at me with your Sharingan first, said Naruto. Kakashi raised his head back as he looked towards Naruto, who was standing there. As Naruto brought his hand up and started to concentrate his chakra through his body. As Kakashi was able to see the chakra, the Byakugan was able to see inside of someone's body to see their chakra system, while the Sharingan was able to see the chakra when it is flare or in a state of being used. as Kakashi could see Naruto's chakra coursing through him at the moment. If I were to go through hand signs right now, and my chakra start to twirl and twist, you wouldn't be able to tell what element I'm going to use unless you had a full knowledge on what the hand signs represent and the technique beforehand, correct? Kakashi nodded at that assumption. However, with my eyes it's different, said Naruto. Not only can I see every single perception of the chakra flowing through you, I can also tell exactly what element is being used. Earlier, when I faced off against the missing Nin, I saw wind and water mixing together. It became cold, the temperature dropped, and suddenly ice was formed. Now my question is a non-bloodline user able to perform bloodline genetics without being from that clan? If you have the same elemental affinity, Naruto asks. Kakashi brought his headband back down. I'm afraid not, he said. However, if the individual is well proficient in each element, he is able to mimic it to a sense, given what you just told me about the ice release. Think of the second Hokage, for example. He was known to be the god of water, able to wield it in such a way that a shinobi on the planet yet has never able to surpass him in that area. Imagine if he had a full control over wind as well. If he was able to mix these two together, he would be able to create a bastardized version of Ice Keiki Genkai, but he will have to be completely efficient. It will take years, but it will still not compare to a real Ice Keiki Genkai user, and it would actually be damaging to him, considering that his genetics inside are not built to go through such cold climates. A bloodline user has a specific genetics in their body that allow them to manipulate the elements. Same for my Sharingan, he said. I cannot turn it off like a normal Uchiha would do, and therefore, it constantly uses my chakra. That is why I have to keep it hidden until battle. That is also similar for you as well, despite you being a full Uchiha. Well, I guess my eyes are indeed special then. As Naruto brought his hand up and removed his glasses, I only have 2 totem in my eyes, as you can see. For one to copy another jutsu, you must have 2 or higher, said Naruto. But even with 2, it won't be efficient enough. Having the completed Sharingan would be a greater boost in one copy ability. As Naruto walked over towards the tree, however, I was able to see everything down to the last drop of chakra mixing together. I saw the pattern. I saw the way it combined. I saw the way it swirled. I saw the way it was executed. What are you talking about, said Kakashi. This. As Naruto brought his hand up together, Kakashi watches Naruto slowly start to make hand signs that he was not familiar with. As Naruto reached behind him and pulled out a small, little bottle of water, before he held it up in his palm, Kakashi watched as strange swirl of chakra start to mix into the water before there was a wave, a steady fuming wave. It was coldness. Slowly but surely the water and the bottle itself, as the water inside the bottle started to freeze. The copy ninja was shocked as he walked over, as Naruto held the bottle in his hand, as Kakashi took it from him. And I know that I'm not proficient enough to use the wind and water elements that perfectly to be able to do something like that. And I'm just 13 years old. So what do you have to say about that, Naruto asks. Kakashi was speechless, as he had no idea how something like this was possible. In fact, this should not be possible. As Naruto looked at him with those blue eyes. I have no idea, said Kakashi, as he was speechless. This was shocking. Can you revert it back to normal, he asked, as Naruto took it away from him and held his hand out. As the water started to slowly return back to normal, the ice started to recede, giving Kakashi a more confused look on his face as he had to lift up his headband. Kakashi could tell that water and wind was being used, but there was something else, something that not even his Sharingan could understand, as he wasn't sure what it was. However, this begs the question. As all 3 of them had worked together before, somehow they were able to reach far in their studies to find out about their elemental affinity. As the time progressed, they started to open up more to him because they started to trust him. However, Naruto was not supposed to have a water element. Since when can you use a water element, he said. About that, said Naruto. You remember our practice where You were teaching us these several arts of ninjutsu, and you showed us all the elements. Kakashi nodded. I was looking at you without my glasses. I was able to see and break down your chakra. And somehow, everything I'm able to break down my eyes, I can see the in-depth look of it. I can understand how it is performed, how it is created. And once I do, I can mimic it. Kakashi was speechless. If he understood correctly, Naruto was able to somehow mimic bloodline. And if he had a connection with all 5 elements. Both of his eyes were widened as he looked towards him. A complete shock look on his face. He knew there was something special about Naruto, but this was beyond what he expected. Meanwhile that was going on, Haku's hand was wrapped up in bandages, as the side of his face also had bandage across it as well, as he was not wearing his mask. Long dark hair flew down. Haku seemed visibly upset. The thing was, Haku was supposed to be Zabuza's tool. The one to fight for him, to give his life for him, to protect him no matter what. And yet, he lost to a genin. Haku was no normal shinobi. In fact, soon enough he might even pass Zabuza-sama. As Zabuza said that himself, the boy was extremely talented, and yet, it didn't make any sense. Every needle that he threw, every attack, the kid was somehow able to predict it. That is when the door opened up as Zabuza walked in. He had stopped his fight with Kakashi prematurely, so from a few scratches and bruises he was fine. You should be resting, he said. It won't be long before we go up against them again, and I want you at full strength, and to not fail this time. I apologize, Zabuza-sama. Don't apologize. Just take them down the next time we meet. I still can't believe you allow him to cause so much damage to you. That is why the next time we enter a battle, do not hesitate. He is stronger than most genins, and yet we still have not seen what his other comrades are capable of, not to mention their eyes. Their Uchihas. It seems that they survived the massacre, said Zabuza. Or perhaps they were spared. Itachi Uchiha, a man that was said to slaughter his entire clan, an S-class criminal. There is no doubt that these two are powerful. That's not all. His Sharingan, they were blue. Blue? As Zabuza looked at Haku confused. What do you mean blue? Time skip. This is wonderful, said Mito, as she chowed down on the food. Everyone was gathered at a large table. As Nami smiled at her. I'm glad you think so, she said. Eat up and enjoy. You will need your strength. Oh yeah, said Mito as she bit down. After all, we'll need our strength to crush Gato and his flunkies. The next time they show up, I'm fighting, said Mito. You hear that? She said, shout at Naruto. I did not say that you could not fight. What? You stopped me, she said. I stopped you because what is most important is to protect the client. Oh yeah. Make Sasuke watch him, she said. I'm gonna fight. And why should I hang back, Sasuke said. I want to help as well. Why should you be in there instead of me? Oh, that's simple. I'm better, she said. Better at being crazy, he said. As Naruto noticed that they were receiving glares from the young child ahead of them on the other side. Kakashi seemed to notice that as well. As Tsunami glanced towards the small child, she seemed to be worried about what he might do or what he might say. Tazuna did not seem to notice as he drank some sake, happy that he was getting the protection that he needed to help his family and help his community. You think this is a joke? They all turned when they heard his little boy spoke up. Huh? What do you say, kid? Said Mito, as she looked toward the small boy. She then noticed the glare that he sent her way, a very fearsome one. Hey, you little brat, she said. What's with that look? Iniri, don't. Said Tsunami. No, they think this is some kind of joke. You idiots. Who are you calling an idiot? Said Mito, as Naruto grabbed her by the shoulder. Calm down, he said. Why should I? What the hell is up with this kid? What's up with me? You're all taking this for a joke. Why don't you just return back to your village? If we do that, the bridge will get destroyed, you idiot, said Mito. We're here to protect your grandfather. You can't. No one can win against Gato. He's too strong. Oh yeah, from what I heard, this small little guy, who has some thugs at his disposal because he has money, is too strong for highly trained ninjas. I think you need to go and sleep, kid, said Mito. Don't tell me what to do, he yelled at her, as her gaze turned into a fearsome glare. You all came from a cushy little village and believe that you understand my pain, that you understand anything that is going on here. I bet you spend your whole life with friends, family, happy, never going through anything bad before. Mito was about to blow up, even Sasuke was getting angry. That was until Naruto started to laugh. Everyone turned towards him, hearing him laugh. As Tazuna was surprised, wondering what he was laughing about at this time. Sorry, said Naruto. It's just rather funny. You think this is a joke, said Inyari. Is that why you're laughing? No, that's not the reason. You believe that we had a cushy normal life. However, I won't hold it against you because you're just a kid. A kid who doesn't understand anything, said Naruto. What, said Inyari. Well, for starters, said Naruto. Your mother here. She loves you. She cooked for you. She makes sure that you're safe. She will do anything to make sure that her little boy is safe. And your grandfather here is willing to go out and risk his life in order to make sure you and everyone here is safe. Despite your people are going through hard times right now, everyone is still fighting. Everyone is trying even though it seems that there is no hope. And now that we're here, I saw it in the people's eyes. Yeah, they're afraid, but they believe that some changes might happen. Inyar opened his mouth to say something, but Naruto looked towards him fearsomely. Be quiet, he said, as Inyar shut his mouth rather quickly, unable to say anything under that gaze. Life is not easy. It never is. People die too soon. People go too soon. And it hurts. From that photo I saw, said Naruto, I can tell that you lost someone and given your age in the photo. It was recent. So I'm believing that Gato was the one that took him away from you. That is why you build this fear, this sense of cowardness. But I know you're not one, said Naruto. You just given up. Because you believe there is no way for you to get past this. No way for this to come to a stop. However, the world is not fair. Nothing is. But you might ask, why bother living in this unfair world? Well, it's hard to give a straight answer, but the best one is just continue going. Never stop. Find a way to make it better for you. Find a way to make it better for the ones that you love. It might be hard, but there's no reason to give up. But I'm not gonna hold anything against you because, as I said, you're just a kid. And you don't understand much. But you do understand the pain that you went through. So go ahead and cry, be upset. I understand that you don't think there's a way out. But I promise you, we're gonna help, said Naruto. We're gonna help you all. Hearing his statement, everyone was surprised. More so Inyari. But his mind refused to believe that they can actually help. As he ran out of options, so he simply ran away and ran to his room. As Naruto turned towards Nami, I'm sorry if I might have overstepped my boundaries. No, she said. Actually, thank you for talking to him. As Naruto smiled at her, she reminded him so much of his mother. It kind of hurt. As he excused himself, Mito watched him leave. As Sasuke got up a moment later and made his way outside, where he saw Naruto looking out towards the heavens. Sasuke stopped beside Naruto, as Mito was stopped inside by Kakashi, telling her to let them be. She looks just like her, doesn't she? Sasuke said. Yeah. So much it hurts, said Naruto. But there's no need to worry about me. How are you dealing with everything I know? That kid was kind of a bummer, said Naruto. You're always asking me if I'm okay. Are you okay, Sasuke asks. Come on, I'm fine. No, don't do this, Sasuke said. You're always doing that. Doing what, Naruto asks. Pretending like everything is alright for my sake, but it's not. It is almost never is. I'm not the only one suffering. You're suffering as well. So don't act that way for my sake, understand? I don't know, said Naruto. I guess I'm just wired this way. Well, they don't have to be anymore, Sasuke said. Because as I said, you're not in this alone. Of course I know that, said Naruto. Thanks. As Sasuke smiled at that. Anytime, he said, as the both of them just stood there. Time skip. Kakashi had them not wandering away from the house for too long. After all, Zabuza was still out there, and he was able to fight, so they had to be prepared. And Kakashi didn't want Mito or Sasuke to go and running into him, either Naruto by themselves. However, there was a chance that Gato might pull a move to go after the family. Naruto believed, as he wanted to keep them safe. Through this, Iniria had overheard what he said about trying to protect them no matter what. And Iniria started to go through some changes in the way he think. Not to mention Kakashi had sat down with the child and spoke to him while he sat on the pier. It wasn't a lot, but it was a lot to get him to think. However, upon their journey towards the bridge, they left someone behind. First it was Sasuke, then Mito. And now it was Naruto's turn. They left someone behind to make sure that the family is protected, in case Gato thugs decide to show up. At the moment, Naruto was not too far away from the house. He was right at the edge of the woods. If something happened, he would know. As he had his glasses off, Naruto was sitting down meditating. As he took a deep breath in and a deep breath out, there was a cold smoke that came from his mouth. He could not use the ice ability like he wanted to. However, to just be able to wield it was already impressive enough because this should not be possible. As Naruto got up from his meditation, he walked over towards a tree as he placed both of his hands on the base. He then released another breath as he could see the small molecules inside the tree being absorbed and frozen over. He could see deep inside, he could see the termites, everything being frozen over. It wasn't long before this section of the tree, the center area, was frozen. However, as Naruto raised his hand and tapped it several times, it broke, as the tree inside was now hollowed and empty. Naruto applied a bit force as the tree cracked. The whole thing then fell backwards and crashed hard. He looked toward his hands as the word off Ichigo came to mind, as he still had no idea why. He wanted to stop him from using his abilities. It still made absolutely no sense. That is when Naruto snapped his head around. Damn it, he thought, as he took off. Meanwhile, Tsunami was captured. Yes, she was captured by two of the thugs that came to grab her as she was outside. Iniria saw what was happening as his mother told him to run to get away. However, Naruto's words, everything that was told to him, resonated through him. As he rushed forward, "Let go of my mom," he yelled. Iniria knows Tsunami screamed. The one on the left told the one on the right to hold on to her while he pulled his blade. Tsunami screamed and begged him to stop, but the guy had a smirk on his face as he brought his blade forward. Slice. A piece of log was sliced in half. Iniria was nowhere to be seen. Tsunami was about to cry out until she saw the log. "Are you alright?" asked Tsunami, blinking in surprise, when she was now safely a distance away, her son right beside her, looking confused. As Tsunami looked to see Naruto standing there, it was the first time she saw his glasses off. His eyes, they looked so peculiar and wonderful as well. You saved us," Iniria said. Naruto reached over and picked up the hat as he placed it on his head. As Iniria looked towards his peculiar eyes, "I told you that I'll keep you guys protected no matter what." "Why don't you guys stay here?" he said as he stepped forward. Would you look at this? A snot-nosed brat believed in that. He stand a chance against the guy who was cut off. As Naruto's Shakijo slammed into his skull. So fast, the other one said in shock. The guy's face smashed hard, breaking the ground. As blood started to pool from his nose and his head, the other one turned as he brought his sword to decapitate Naruto. However, Naruto twirled and blocked it with his Shakijo as he applied force and knocked the blade out of the guy's hand. The guy watches the blade flip in the air, but that was his mistake as Naruto turned and slammed the Shakijo into his stomach. Blood came from his mouth as he was sent sailing backwards. Bringing his hand upwards, Naruto created a clone. As he grabbed the first guy and dragged him away, and grabbed the second one as well, as it restrained and tied them up tightly. They were going to try to kill Inari, a child. Death was too good for them. They deserved to rot in a prison somewhere. Naruto scanned the area as there was no one else around. You two should be safe now. However, I believe that this is the moment they strike. On the bridge, said Inari, worry in his eyes. Yes, said Naruto. But I'm gonna go over there to help them. But what if, as Naruto simply smiled at him. I told you before, have faith, and everything will be alright. Inari nodded his head. I'll have faith, he said. I'll believe in you. You can do it. I sure can, said Naruto. Now take care of your mom, said Naruto. We'll be right back. As Naruto flashed away. He's so cool, said Inari. Yeah, said Tsunami, agreeing with their son. As Naruto was racing through the forest to get to the bridge, the air felt tainted. As Naruto started to see particles in the sky and in the surrounding area, he felt a sensation traveling through him. As Naruto saw the minuscule chakra starting to pull and be brought out, his eyes widened. No, he thought as he rushed forward. A few minutes earlier, Tazuna was surrounded by 10 clones of Mito for protection. As Sasuke engaged Haku, Sasuke was immensely fast, not to mention strong as well, and with his Sharingan he was able to keep up. However, Haku this time was going hard. The intent to kill was not there, but Haku was trying to subdue Sasuke as fast as possible. And with Haku not pulling his punches that much, Sasuke was outmatched the Mirrors. When they fought hand to hand, Sasuke was able to land devastating strikes on Haku, as he knew that he had to do something otherwise. This would cause his losing. So he created his Mirrors. Unlike Naruto, Sasuke did not have the perception, as he got hit several times. Mito knew that she had to do something or Sasuke would be screwed, so she jumped in. The battle continued as they started to attack Haku and attack the Mirrors. However, Mito Chains was able to break them with more force as she was able to break the Mirrors. That shocked Haku, he couldn't believe it. So he strengthened them with his chakra as he knew that he was running out. He quickly decided to apply more pressure. The needles came down in a hurricane. The battle was fierce until Mito was about to be impaled with needles from all over, but Sasuke knocked her out of the way. Mito's eyes widened as she saw Sasuke impaled, covered. Sasuke, she said. Next time, move faster, would you? She rushed forward and caught him in her arms. Hey, wake up, she said. Open your eyes, she yelled at him. Sasuke, Sasuke, she yelled, but he would not respond. Mito lost it. Her wound started to heal as smoke started to rise up from her body. Rage, anger. Over the other side, Kakashi came to a stop, so did Zabuza. What the hell is this, said Zabuza, feeling the intent that was so dark. No, said Kakashi, knowing exactly what it was. Back over towards the other side. I'm gonna kill you, said Mito, her eyes slated red as her fangs were bared, her claws extended. Haku was shocked as the battle started back up once again, but this time, Haku was blown away by a terrible force. Just the fist. The force was terrible as he slammed across the ground. He tried to re-enter his mirror, but he was grabbed before he slammed hard into the ground face first, shattering his new mass. He was then kicked in the stomach. He slammed across the bridge and slammed into the railing. Mito went forward, bloodlusted, ready to rip him apart until someone flashed in front of her. Stop this, said Naruto. As he arrived on the scene, Mito growled at him as her cloak started to bubble. Rage in her eyes as she saw Naruto as someone that was blocking her from getting to her prey. She leaped forward to attack. Mito, Naruto yelled. However, she was filled with rage at seeing Sasuke fall and she was not thinking properly. Naruto had no choice as he rushed forward and slammed right into her, embracing her. The chakra started to burn at his skin. As it burned his clothing, but he held on to her tight. Calm down, said Naruto. This is not the way. I know you won't lose yourself to that thing. You're Mito Uzumaki for Kami's sake. Wake up, Naruto yelled. His words seemed to strike something deep inside of her as she blinked. Mito's eyes widened as she pulled back, seeing Naruto's chest burnt. Even his shirt was badly burned, his arm as well, as he had held on to her, stopping her from losing herself in her rage. As Haku was plastered inside the railing, Mito's eyes went wide as she rushed towards him, the cloak slowly leaving her. She caught his hand before he fell, tears in her eyes. I'm sorry, she said, trying to apologize over and over. However, the chakra around her body slowly started to be pulled from her. Inside of the mindscape, the fox growled, anger in his tone, rage in his eyes as he stomped, causing the water to bellow out. Those damn eyes, he said. These damn Uchihas. Rage in his tone as he stomped downwards. He watches the chakra that he gave to the child start to be slowly pulled out of her. Back outside, Naruto blinked. As Mito looked at him, "Whoa," she said, touching his chest. There was not even a single mark on him. As Mito saw strange veins running through his body, red, purple, blue veins coursing through him. She watched as his eyes were glistening so bright. As Mito watched, she quickly got into a fighting stance as Haku was now behind Naruto. As Naruto stood there, "Stop," he said. Haku looked towards him. "I intend to," he said. "You there. Finish what you started." What?" said Mito confused. "You want me to kill you?" "Yes. There is no place in this world for a broken tool. And that is exactly what I am." "You think of yourself as a tool," said Naruto. "Yes. My only purpose was to serve Zabuza-sama. That's my only purpose in this world." "From Zabuza I can feel bloodlust," said Naruto. "Anger. He's upset, rage. But you don't want to do this. You're not a bad person." "Haku," said Naruto. "How do you... I heard Zabuza call it before," said Naruto. "Why don't you stop this? There's no need for you to continue fighting. I'm trying to give you a peaceful way out of this. I'm afraid a peaceful situation is not there, as long as my master continues to fight." "Why do you work for someone like that?" said Mito. "Why would you ever serve someone like that?" Haku chuckled. "Well, I suppose you deserve to know who I am." As he told them his story, Mito was shocked to hear how much he went through as well, similar to her life. However, he had to be there on the street by himself. He had to be the one to end his own father. It was a lot. "So as you can see, if I can't serve Zabuza-sama, there is no purpose for me." "That's not true," said Naruto. "You giving up, you believe in that. There is nothing left for you to live for. It's not the right way. You can find a purpose, you can go on living. Treating your life as some kind of tool is not the way. Don't do this," said Naruto. "Don't waste your life like this, because I can tell you this right here and now. If you attack us, you will die." "I know," Haku said. "It was hard to beat you before, and now I cannot." Mito's eyes then widened. "What about He's okay," said Naruto. As he glanced towards her. "Do you really believe I would be this calm if he was not?" "But he's alright. The needle that he was hit with, it placed him in a paralyzed state. Isn't that correct?" said Naruto. "Exactly. Those eyes of yours can see more than any I've ever seen before. It should wear off pretty soon, so there's no need to fret. But the way you were talking, you acted like you wanted to kill us. I wanted you to give up. The best thing we can do right now is take down the bridge builder and leave, without causing any more bloodshed." "But we can't allow you to do that," said Naruto. "I know," said Haku, as he proceeded to pull 2 more needles out. "Don't do this. You'll die," said Naruto, as he would not allow Haku to hurt anyone in his group. Haku nodded. As he sprinted forward, Naruto twirled the Shakijo in his hand. "I'm sorry," he said as he raised it upwards. However, Haku suddenly stopped. As he glanced over, "It seems I have another purpose to fulfill. Maybe, in another life, we could have been friends." as he then sank into a mirror. Wait, where's he going? Said Mito. That is when Naruto's eyes picked up on the electricity. I think I know. As they rushed forward, Sasuke was already being picked up by one of Naruto's clones. As Naruto could see, Sasuke's chakra was still there, and his heart was still beating. Despite the state that he was put in, he was alright. Rushing forward, they arrived too late as Haku had a hand rip right through him. Kakashi seemed shocked. However, Haku held on to the hand. Do it now. Zabuza raised his blade while he tried to, as a kunai stabbed into his shoulder. Zabuza staggered back. As Naruto launched another one, it splits right through the ear and stabbed into Zabuza's other shoulder. Zabuza fell down to one knee, blood leaking from him as Kakashi ripped his hand out, as Haku's body collapsed down to the ground, rolling on the bridge, landing a distance away from them. However, before anything else could be said, well, what do we have here? They all turned, as Gato stood there, with a bunch of thugs. Gato, what are you doing here? Said Zabuza. Oh, it's quite simple. I'm here to terminate our agreement. What? Yes, you see, you cost too much money, and I realize that it's a big waste of time for me to continue on in our services. That is why I'm gonna be declining your services to help. After all, I mean, you lost. Look at you. The demon of the mist. A joke. Well, would you look at that, he said. This little shit right here broke my arm. I wish I could have been the one to snap his neck. Said Gato as he kicked Haku's corpse. Hey, said Naruto. Are you really gonna stand there and let him talk about Haku like that after everything? You know nothing about anything, kid. So just be quiet. Don't tell me to be quiet, said Naruto. He was your friend. Your family. You took care of him. He protected you. He gave everything for you. Are you really gonna stand there and let that short piece of crap do that to him? What kind of man are you? Zabuza did not say anything. He's right, said Mito, speaking up. He lived and died for you, and all you can do is just watch as he defiles his body? Have you no honor? Mito yelled at him. Even if this guy might betray you, you're worse. Abandoning your comrade like this, you're worse than scum, said Mito as she glared at him. However, Zabuza just took in all of that. Fine, if you won't do something then I will. However, Mito was stopped by Naruto holding on to her shoulder. As he pointed, there were droplets of water. You're right, Zabuza said. I am scum. However, he didn't think of me as such. As Zabuza's eyes focused on Gato, the man stepped back. I'm sorry, Haku. I know I will never see you again. After all, where you're going I cannot. But I won't allow you to be put through this even in your time of rest. Zabuza could not move his arms. Hey kid, he said, as Mito saw that there was tears running down his face. Can I borrow a kunai? He asked. Mito tossed it towards him as he caught it between his teeth. He then shot forward. As the group stood back, he blurred through the crowd. Gato started to run towards the edge. However, all the men tried to block him. But Zabuza cut right through them without a shred of mercy, tearing and cutting down. When he finally arrived, he slammed the kunai right into Gato's chest as a short, weak, little old midget fell off the bridge into the cold, unforgiving water down below. However, Zabuza by now was riddled with weapons sticking out of his back as he was surrounded. But before any of them could do anything, Naruto appeared in front of him in a quick speed move as Zabuza fell as Naruto caught him by his shoulder. Even though we're no longer enemies, and we were never friends, I will allow you to say your goodbyes. After all, you said to yourself, you won't be going where he is. As Naruto applied chakra to his feet and leaped, jumping over all the bandits' head. As he placed Zabuza down as he coughed up blood. He glanced towards the body of Haku that was placed there by Mito. "Hey!" one of the bandits shouted out. "You just killed our meal ticket." "I know," another one said. "Let's raid the town and take everything they have. It's not like these ninjas can stop us." That is when an arrow was sent sailing as it hit the deck. Glanced up, they saw all the people of Wave, no longer hiding, all ready to fight. Some of the bandits started to sweat. However, they looked toward each other with a grin. "Well, looky here," he said. "Seems like the civilians are ready to fight. Come on, they're just a bunch of weak civilians. Let's take them down." Kakashi panted as he got back up. "Sorry I couldn't kill more of them," said Gato. "There's nothing to worry about," said Naruto. "I won't allow them to do what they please." "All of you," said Naruto. "I'll only say this once. Remove yourself and you won't have to die." They start to laugh. "Who the hell does this kid think he is? Hey, let's kill him." Mito stepped forward. "Stand back," said Naruto. "What? You can't do this by yourself." "Oh, I'm not gonna fight them," said Naruto. "I'm just gonna eliminate them. These scoundrels. Fiends of the earth that would kill and slaughter kids, innocent people. They deserve this." Sasuke was waking back up at this time, as he was helped up by Kazuna. "Naruto, no," said Kakashi. "What if..." "Don't worry. I won't be mixing them," said Naruto. All the bandits charged forward as Naruto turned to face them, his blue eyes shining. As Naruto brought his hand up as a red beam started to gather in his palm, he swirled his hand around as he stepped forward. Even Zabuza in his weakened dying state watched as the energy started to converse and twist together. The people of the wave watched. The bandits started to slow down. The red energy started to swirl and twist as Naruto felt it building up inside of him. He did not mix it, instead he focused on the red energy. He then pushed it out. Instead of firing off, it came out like a beam. The first bandit that was touched, his body was turned to dust. The remaining ones were blown and incinerated before they could even say a word. There was no blood. There was no violent screams. Their bodies were just gone, saving the people of Wei from the horrific scene of all of them screaming and dying and burning. Kakashi was speechless as Sasuke was shocked as well. Mito has never seen something like this before. They were just all gone, as Naruto had just incinerated all of them. Zabuza actually grinned at that. This kid was something alright. However, he could feel himself dying as he reached out and placed a hand on Haku's face as he smiled. He ended up dying right there and then. As Naruto turned to face them, no mercy in his eyes, no forgiveness to those people. They were just bandits, cruel, wicked scoundrels of this earth. However, Mito asked, "How did you..." Naruto gripped his chest as he was not wearing a shirt. "What's wrong?" said Mito, rushing over towards him. As Naruto heard his heart beating fast, something was wrong. He's never used the red chakra like this before. Something was wrong. Red veins started to pop up in his face as Naruto gripped his chest and collapsed down to the ground. He heard his name being screamed out. However, he passed out. Once again, Naruto felt strange, like he was beyond the world itself. He didn't know where he was, as he could feel sources all around him, some weak, some strong. However, he could feel 9 powerful sources. It was 9 of them, and they all felt incomplete. They were pieces of a huge puzzle. A puzzle that he could not fix, he could not reach it. There was a sensation, a feeling, a strange abnormal feeling calling out to him, begging him to put it back together. But he could not. He didn't know how to put it back together. As Naruto did not know if he had a body. He did not know if he had physical arms or legs. What he did know was he was alive. And he felt it all. He felt every tie, every twist, all of it converging. They all belonged to one. What was this feeling? He could not describe it. He found himself floating in emptiness. That is when he saw someone, a woman, walking towards him. She was gorgeous. She looked like a goddess. She had pale white eyes. As she stepped towards him, her beauty was unmatched, yet his mind could not focus on her. However, there was this loving smile on her face. She reached out to touch him. Naruto's eyes snapped open as he looked around confused. As he realized he was lying on a futon. Naruto pulled himself up as he reached and realized he was wearing his glasses. Where the hell was he? Looking down, he saw that he was now wearing a shirt, as his pants was still intact. Naruto lifted his shirt to see that his chest was fine. He remembered having a strange dream seeing a woman, but he could not place her face. What the hell was that? What was that incomplete feeling? What did he just went through? He had no idea in the slightest. That is when he heard the door open. As he heard a small gasp, "You're awake!" He turned. Mito crashed right into him. As Naruto winced. "Sorry about that," she said, as she hugged him tightly. "I'm just so happy you're okay." "Why wouldn't I be?" said Naruto. "You got everyone freaked out," she said, "and worried. You just collapsed, screaming. Your chest, there was so much red marks over it." She leaned down and whispered to his ears, "Is this my fault? Is it because of the Kyuubi?" "No," said Naruto. "You had nothing to do with this." "But the red chakra," she said. "It was my fault," said Naruto. "I tried something that I could not do just yet. So don't stress yourself out, understood?" "But I said don't stress yourself out," said Naruto, as he reached up and patted her on the head. "Everything is fine, right? They're all okay." "Yeah. Except for Zabuza, he died. You know, even though he was the enemy. His death was really saddening," she said. "Him and Haku. I wonder if they will ever meet each other again." "I don't know," said Naruto. "Where's Sasuke?" "Oh right." She rushed outside. Sasuke came back in with her a moment later. "You know, if you keep on freaking everyone out like this, you're gonna have to deal with me," Sasuke said. As Naruto chuckled. "Well, I'm happy to see that you and everyone is okay," he said. "Thanks to you. Granted, I could have taken all those bandits by myself after all. They're just bandits. They wouldn't stand a chance against me." "Huh. And there goes the cockiness," said Naruto, as he simply started to chuckle, causing Mito to chuckle as well. As the room was full of laughter, Kakashi, who was standing outside, smiled to himself. The group had buried Zabuza and Haku, and placed Zabuza's sword down at the grave. However, once the whole problem with Gato was over, and now having time, they were able to rebuild the bridge. "Do you really have to go?" Iniri asked, stifling back the tears, as he would not cry no matter what. As Mito patted him on the head. "We'll be back soon to visit you guys sometime, alright?" As he sniffled a bit. "Alright," he said, as the people of the land of Wave was celebrating their heroes returning back home. Everyone was there. Everyone that came out to wish them good luck on their journeys, and their journeys to become ninjas as well. As Team 7 waved towards the group, a smile on their face. "I'll be the hero that the land needs," Inara said, "and I'll fight and protect everyone." "I have no doubt about that. I have full confidence in you," said Naruto to the child, as that caused a big grin on Inara's face. As Tsunami thanked them once again, as they said their goodbyes and waved them off. The people cheering, "Hey, what are we gonna call the bridge?" I was thinking the Great Tazuna Bridge," Tazuna said. "Hell no," several people said, as Tazuna saw it drop. "Come on," he said. However, they were against that idea. "I know," said Inari. "How about the Great Blue Bridge?" A smile came on Tsunami's face, as she remembered Naruto's eyes. Inari had saw the color and liked it as well. As the people started to agree to that, that name was quite catchy, and it was something. A smile came on their faces. "Yeah, the Great Blue Bridge," he said. What about the Tazuna Bridge? Tazuna said. No one's going for that, old man. The Great Blue Bridge! As the people cheered, as Iniri smiled to himself. He would be confident and brave from now on, and protect his people and his family no matter what. As Team 7 made their way back towards their home, to start a brand new adventure, unaware that threats were already on their way. After all, Team 7 always seemed to be running into something big one after another. As Naruto was thinking deeply about what he saw, and who that woman was, and what was her connection with him, and why could he feel those things when he was in that state. The more he tried to wrap his mind around it, the more he had a headache, and he tried to understand why. Why did Ichigo didn't want him to use the eyes? Was this the reason? The red chakra? No, that could not be it. How would he know that he was friends with that Jinchuriki? That wouldn't make any sense. However, despite using so much of the fox chakra, Naruto could still feel it coursing through him, yet it was not causing him any damage. He had to make sure that no one knew about this, as the Hokage would have a fit about this if he found out. And they would be trying to test Mito to see if she was tampering with the seal. He didn't want her to get in trouble because of him. He was gonna have to lie his ass off. But it wouldn't be hard though, given that none of them knew what his eyes could do. However, the Land of Wave had changed his mindset a lot. Zabuza. He was upset about Haku's death. He cared for him, despite not trying to show it. But the thing was, he still in the end decided to fight for him despite his life. That made Naruto hate Itachi Uchiha even more. There was no denying or saying that it was not him because it was him. It was his brother Itachi who slaughtered everyone. In the end, he left them to suffer, while he took everything away from them. As Naruto was more determined to hunt him down and make him pay for all that he did. But guys, let me end episode right here. For once the next part on do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notifications they posted. But I'm hoping I'll see you guys soon. Peace.